Taylor Swift, the internationally known pop singer, has just released an album. Well, not just, I think it was like a few months ago in late 2025. I want to say like September, October 2025. Life of a Showgirl. Well, now she's being sued for trademark infringement by an individual who says that, hey, Taylor she infringed upon my trademark. And if you look at her complaint here, as you see, as I always tell you, this is a civil case, not a criminal, because you see a private individual's name at the top. You do not see the state of whatever versus the defendant. You see a private person's name. Well, this person, Marin Flag, but I think she professionally goes by Marin Wade. Marin Wade has some type of weekly column that became a live show according to the complaint here, and the show became a touring production called Confessions of a Showgirl, as you see here. And nonetheless, though, she has performed, according to the complaint here, that says that she has performed Confessions of a Showgirl all across the United States in established venues, big venues all over. I think she started it, according to this complaint, in 2014, but in 2015, it says right here that she obtained the registered trademark to Confessions of a Showgirl and been using it since then. And that is the issue here, because in the complaint, it alleges that Taylor Swift management team, whoever's in charge of it, actually tried to recently get the trademark of Life of a Showgirl, of which the United States Patent Trademark Office denied her because of this pre-existing one. And they're saying that, hey, listen, Taylor Swift's album, Life of a Showgirl, is eerily similar to Confessions of a Showgirl. The titles are the same, it's in the same entertainment venue, in the same entertainment market, and it's likely to cause confusion. Now, it is important to understand, trademark infringement law. What is actual trademark infringement law? Because you see here in the complaint, if you look here, she is suing her for a couple of things, but the main one is trademark infringement under the federal U.S.C. Code 1114 in the section of 15. And what does that say? Well, if you look at that, what does she have to do to prove trademark infringement? Well, here are the elements. Number one, you have to have a valid and legally protected mark. Well, it says here it's registered in a complaint. And if you go to the USPTO's website, you can clearly see it. It's there. And Miss Marin Wade, the plaintiff in this case, has one. And who owns that mark? Well, according to the USPTO's website, it says that the plaintiff does. And then the last part is the defendant's use of the mark to identify the good. Is it likely to cause confusion? And that's the crux of it. Even though, this is going to be a question for the jury, because when you have questions of material facts, the jury decides that. When you have questions of law, the judge decides that. And it's up to you. You tell me, do you think that Confessions of a Showgirl is people going to be thinking is confusing to see, oh, I'm going to see Taylor Swift? No, I thought I was going to see the plaintiff's, Miss Marin Wade's, because it's confession. I thought I was seeing, is it going to cause that confusion? That is a question. And they're going to go through discovery, and they're going to go through all the evidence. That's what juries do. According to the complaint, it says that, Miss Taylor Swift, they tried to get it, and they got denied, but they put the album out anyway, and they've been using this mark. And the plaintiff is saying, because they've been using it, it's caused confusion and it's costing me damages. What does the plaintiff want? Okay, so if you look at the prayer for relief here in this case, she wants an injunction, obviously. She wants the judge to issue an injunction. An injunction is basically when the plaintiff is asking the judge, they're asking the court to either have the defendant restrict them from doing something, prohibit them from doing something, or to make them doing something. Well, here she wants the judge to issue a permanent injunction from Taylor Swift to stop using Life of a Showgirl, and then because it's caused confusion on her Confessions of a Showgirl. And what else does she want? She wants them to discontinue the use of anything that is eerily, that has this mark on it, life of a showgirl, and any accounting and disgorgement of all profits that the defendant has made. Well, now they want to go into, whatever she's made, whatever Taylor Swift has made, give it back to the plaintiff, and anything else, any other damages that the court may deem appropriate. Now, but you tell me, if you are the jury in this case, is this confusing to you? Is this too similar? Do you think that there is something viable here for the plaintiff to, to have against the defendant here, Taylor Swift? Here's my take. My take is, you've always heard me say 98% of all lawsuits settle. I don't see why this is any different. I think that the lawyers for each side will get together and they will work something out, because, these entertainers, they're in the habit of going around touring, they're going around entertaining people. They do not want to be sitting in discovery at some attorney's office. They do not want to be sitting in court testifying and listening to a witness after witness. They're just not what they are into. They want to just get this behind them. And I think, just as my personal legal opinion, that they will come to some sort of settlement. What the terms of the settlement are, most settlements are confidential, so we won't know. But that's what I think. But you tell me what you think. If you're the jury in this case, do you think that this is confusing? Do you think that there's a likelihood to cause confusion, that people are thinking that it's possible that people may think, oh no, I'm going to see a Taylor Swift show, when they're actually going to see a Marion Wade show, or vice versa? People who are going to see a Marion Wade Confessions of a Showgirl thought they were going to see a Taylor Swift show. Do you think the confusion is there? And if it is, do you think she should succeed on these merits? Put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.